So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are staying safe. So guys, everyone smash the like button, guys. I will try to get a live stream out on Friday, hopefully. But yeah, smash the like button, guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Give the video a like. It helps the channel, as you guys know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Share the videos. Push the videos out there. So yeah, let's get into this. Guys, Jake Paul. It looks like, Jake Paul was trolling with everyone when he said he was retiring. It looks like him and Tommy Fury, Frank Warren has confirmed that they are in negotiations. I think Jake Paul wants to now make a splash. I think he realizes that the fight with Tommy Fury now makes sense. A lot of people want to see him fight a real boxer. Also, Tommy Fury is the cousin of Tyson Fury, so the fight will get a lot of attention. And Tommy Fury's got a name in his own right. Jake Paul, as we already know, he's making a serious splash in the sport of boxing. But I think Jake Paul was initially reluctant. I think he looked at Tommy and thought, nah, this might be a step too far. But after watching him fight Anthony Taylor and Jake Paul improving every fight, I think Jake Paul fancies the job. I think Jake Paul looks at it and goes, I fancy a bit of Tommy Fury. I think I can beat him. And I think there's a lot of pressure on Tommy Fury because Tommy Fury is seen as the proper boxer. If Jake Paul loses to Tommy Fury, Jake Paul can go back and do what he normally does, back to his YouTube, back to his social media lifestyle. Tommy Fury, however, he's a boxer. I know he was on Love Island, but he's really a boxer. How embarrassing will it be? And he's trying to actually have a career. I'm not saying Jake Paul's looking to have a career as a boxer, but if Tommy Fury was to lose to Jake Paul, how embarrassing would that be? And would Tommy Fury be able to be taken seriously after that? So I reckon there's a lot of pressure on Tommy Fury because he can't afford to lose to a guy that people think's a YouTuber. That would be really embarrassing and actually would have a massive impact on Tommy Fury's career if he was to lose against Jake Paul. And obviously Tommy Fury at the minute has not had a lot of fights. He looks quite green. Ray's not a big fan. Ray's, comes on my show a lot. And he actually thinks that Jake Paul will beat Tommy Fury. He thinks that Jake Paul will be too much for Tommy Fury. And Jake Paul's improving. He's getting better and Jake will actually beat him. Jake has got a good right hand. He has got a little bit of power. He's a big dude. I don't know if he would definitely beat Tommy Fury. But I would give him a good shot. I don't think it's as one-sided as what people think. People making out like I think people need to stop looking at Jake Paul as a YouTuber. They need to actually look at him as a guy that's improving. I'm not saying Jake Paul's going to reach top level, but I think he's a guy that's improving and he's a guy that's taking his game seriously. You can clearly tell. He's also got heart. He's also, you saw in that Tyron Woodley fight, the guy was, even when he got wobbled, he wasn't going anywhere. He's tough. And I think he thinks that this is the opportunity to make a splash. He probably looks at Tommy Fury and thinks he's not that good. I can probably take him. He's a big name because his cousin's the heavyweight champion of the world. And it's a great opportunity for someone like Jake Paul to make a big splash. And if he does beat someone like Tommy Fury, that's great. That does wonders for his career. So I think it's a great fight. I think it's the right fight to be made. And I think it would be a statement by Jake Paul. And you'd have to say you have to respect Jake Paul because Jake Paul can carry on doing what he's doing, fighting guys of much lower level or with no fighting ability at all, and keep doing what he's doing, making a lot of money. Whereas I think Jake Paul wants to probably fight a legitimate fighter now, and he probably looks at Tommy Fury. He's not really fought anybody. He's green, and he probably looks at there's an opportunity here for him to, beat someone like Tommy Fury. And he could, Jake Paul could beat Tommy Fury. I believe, of what I've seen so far, I think that would be a dangerous fight. Like I said, I don't think it would be an easy fight for Tommy Fury. I think the only reason people are looking at it is because of the fact that he's coming from a fighting family. You know, he's a guy from, you know, he's Tyson Fury's cousin, and also people don't really like Jake Paul. So it's kind of the fact that, you know, Jake Paul's not been given any chance by certain fans is because I think those fans are coming from a biased place where they probably hate Jake Paul, and they probably have some kind of connection to Tyson Fury and Tommy Fury. Like, I don't think it's as one-sided as what people think, and I definitely think Jake Paul has a chance to win. And I think he believes that as well. Otherwise, he wouldn't be taking the fight. If he didn't believe that, he wouldn't take the fight. But he does believe that. That's why he's taking the fight for me. He believes he could beat. He believes he could beat Tommy Fury. Hence why I think this fight happens. I think this fight happens. And I won't be surprised if this fight happens next. And it's on a big BT, it's a pay-per-view, BT pay-per-view, which is crazy. 2 novices fighting on pay-per-view. I'm pretty sure they'll stack the card. But it's actually become quite a big fight, and I think it'll be a fight which a lot of people will be intrigued, especially some of the younger audience, you know, that watch Love Island and watch Jake Paul. It's going to attract a big audience. It is. You know, Tyron Woodley said that, you know, the Fury's not the fight, and, you know, Jake should fight me. I disagree. I think him and Tommy Fury will be massive. I think it could potentially be massive in the States, and it could be massive in the UK. Because in the States, the Fury name is known. Jake Paul is definitely known over there. In the UK, Tommy Fury is known, and also Jake Paul's known here as well. You know, amongst the younger generation who's probably going to buy that pay-per-view. So, to be honest with you, I think it does great numbers, and it might sound crazy, and it might sound like, how is this fight doing crazy numbers? You know, but it's just their appeal, their name, their fame. I think it makes sense, man. I think it makes sense for both guys as well. I think they should fight each other. I think they should fight. I think they should get it on. I do. Whether it happens, I'm not sure, but I think I would like to see it. I'd like to see them both fight. I think it makes for a good matchup as well. It's an exciting 50-50 matchup for me. I think it's a good fight. I do. I think Jake Paul, Tommy Fury is definitely a good fight. And I think they should make it. I do. I think they should make it. But that's just my take. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Guys, Dillian Whyte is going to be fighting Otto Wallin, October 30th. Good fight. Good fight. You know, you've got to feel for Dillian Whyte, because Dillian Whyte's been slung in with these guys where he's got everything to lose, nothing to gain, and the fights are quite risky. This is going to be a tough fight for Dillian Whyte. Stylistically, Otto Wallin can box. And that might be a tricky fight because Dillian Whyte's not got the quickest feet. Otto Wallin can definitely box. And I think he may give Dillian Whyte some trouble. Will Dillian Whyte walk him down, get to him and land a big shot, knock him? Who knows? But I do think stylistically this isn't an easy fight for Dillian Whyte. And I'm quite surprised they pick Otto Wallin. I'm quite surprised. Is it a message to send out to Tyson Fury? I don't know. But that's definitely not an Areola. That's definitely not a, you know, it's not a Ruiz. It's not at that level, but it's definitely not a fight that I'm actually think this is quite a good fight, and it's quite a tough fight stylistically when you think about it. I don't think this is an easy matchup for Dillian Whyte, and I'm quite surprised he's taken someone like Otto Wallin, because stylistically, I don't think the fight, you know, stylistically, I don't think the fight's that great for him. But if Dillian Whyte wants a title shot and Dillian Whyte is what people say he is, then Dillian Whyte should be dealing with Otto Wallin for me. You know, he should be dealing with him emphatically. If he wants to make a statement, he needs to go in there and stop him. Make a real statement against someone like Otto Wallin, because Otto Wallin's reputation is has gone up since he fought Fury, because then he beat Brazil as well, to be fair. So he's done some decent things. He's beaten some. He's given the best heavyweight in the world a good rumble, and he beat Brazil, who was, you know, Anthony Joshua's mandatory. So, you know, I think, and I definitely think that the Brazil that fought Joshua wasn't as polished as the one that fought Wilder or Wilder. My mind's gone completely blank. But coming back to it, just think that Dillian Whyte and Otto Wallin is a great fight, and I think it's going to make for, I think it's going to make for a very challenging and tough fight for Dillian Whyte. I don't think that's an easy fight whatsoever. I like that fight. I do. I think it's going to make for a cracking event. It's going to make for a good fight. I don't know whether it's going to be pay-per-view. Actually, it's not. It's on DAZN, isn't it? So it's not pay-per-view, which is good. You know, we're getting another good fight. Hopefully, it's a good, strong card as well. Which makes, and I definitely think that it's a fight that people are going to want to see. Especially the fact that we knew it wasn't going to be a top-tier opponent. It wasn't going to be an Andy Ruiz. It wasn't going to be a Luis Ortiz. So for me, Otto Wallin is probably the best next. Not the top guys in the division. He's the next best. And I think it's a good fight. I think it's a very intriguing matchup. And I'm actually, like I said, respect to Dillian Whyte, respect to Eddie Hearn for actually making this fight, because I think it's a very dangerous fight. And Dillian Whyte's taken a lot of fights like that. The Perkin fight was like that. The Parker fight was like that. Dillian Whyte was in good positions and he took risky fights when he didn't really need to. He didn't really need to take those fights. So you got to give Dillian Whyte respect and credit, because he's continued to take on these tough challenges, and he's lost against Povetkin. You know, it was a banana skin, and I actually think this is going to be a very tough fight as well, because I think Otto Wallin's style is going to be a problem. So yeah, I'm interested. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think hopefully it's going to be a good watch. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know. Smash the like button, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.